Me and my children, they wake up with a smile in their face.
You're irrelevant in this case. Of course the poor children. You choose this. They didn't. They were just added to the entire insanity you produce here. You may or may not know, and I doubt that somebody doesn't know Sunny V at this point. This freaking monster has, wait a second, 4.04 million subs by now. So he knows what he's doing, and it's all actually quite ingeniously done. Well done research. So, as it is, let's just start. Let's see what he has to say. Sorry about that, about the entire thing. And let's start.
Sleeping on the floor, pets held.
Oh, and I forgot. If you like my content, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and show me and Sunny V some love. And yes, for those, I will call you peasants by now, because really stopped actually caring, because there are only trolls that actually think that it's not Sunny, it's Sony. So if you, it's written as Sunny down, so it's Sunny.
In tiny cages, and this entire bathroom for a family of 5. Or pets held
Again.
in tiny cages.
Pets. That's multiple. For one pet, for the duration of a drive for an hour or two, not that bad if it's a small one. Multiple of those. Wait, this doesn't even have a bed. What the? Okay.
And this entire bathroom for a family of 5.
You know what? I can accept it to a certain degree. I can accept it. It's shitty, but this is...
Add some teenagers who can't fit, children calling their beds coffins, and you're still just scratching the surface.
Are you... Okay, this is getting disgusting.
And you're still just scratching the surface of the worst van life TikTokers. Take for example Red, White and Bethune. They gained 11.4 million views by showing how terribly unspacious their kids' beds were. This should be illegal. Those kids are gonna suffer in that space, man. To make matters worse, the beds had rock climbing holds instead of a ladder, which their daughter almost fell from whilst trying to show they were easy to use.
So Molly's going to demonstrate getting in the bucket and show you just how easy it is.
How will they get down in...
Oh my... What the F? I'm gonna be honest. If this was just cut out one bed, no problem with it. But this... And I mean, they live in there. You know what? This is basically child abuse.
In the middle of the night, when it's dark and they want to use the restroom urgently. What if they fall and hit their head? These so-called bunk beds were actually just shelves, yet the family still defended them as being spacious. At the same time,
This is... Oh my... I would say best case scenario, it's enough, but it's not spacious. And it's not even enough. This is disgusting.
Get this, the parents have a king-size bed.
The reason why we put a king-size bed in our bus.
And I am even more... Okay, I see a doggo.
Is because it's our lounging area.
As well.
I see... Okay, it's already... Okay, 1:07. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the dog thing? Please show me the dog thing. Give me a second.
Beds, coffins.
Give me a second. Where was the dog thing? Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it was at the very start.
In tiny
This isn't enough for two giant dogs. I mean, not like this. It should be for one dog, yes, maybe, but two giant dogs. No, even for two dogs, that's fine because you have cages, transport cages. But this is a giant van. They drive hours on a piece. No, this isn't enough. This is, okay.
as well as a massive
And this is freaking hypocritical by actually having a king size bed in there, and they are just like, nah, it's fine. Like, we can have the luxury. The kids can suffer. What the F?
desk for editing TikToks, forcing the kids to do their schoolwork on a tiny kitchen table.
What? Okay, it's
If
getting
they don't
worse.
help out with the van, the kids are punished publicly.
Last night, Molly chose not to do her chores. And if our kids don't do their chores, they have consequences.
Which the parents still defended even after heavy criticism.
Yes, our kids have consequences. Yes, if they don't do the chores, they're gonna have to pay.
And to the trolls,
It's not that the kids... If a kid is disloyal, yes, it should have consequences, but not publicly like this. Not just making them freaking miserable in front of a lot of people. This is... Holy shit, this is getting worse by the second.
keep on talking shit, and I'm gonna keep on posting. See you
And this
guys
is-
on your For
3.
You page.
But wait, it's still
This isn't enough for 3 dogs for a long period of time driving. What the
gets worse. Everything we've shown so far is in this bus here, yet they also have a van to take on holidays, which has even less space than the bus.
Come take a peek inside and see what we've done.
The van doesn't have a bed for everyone, meaning one of the kids sleeps on this leather chair. Maybe there'd be a bit more space if they didn't own 4 massive dogs, which are shoved
4 dogs.
in a tiny cage below the bed, yet they still have more space than the toilet.
Oh my god. What? My question is, where are the child protective services at this point? This is on Epic TikTok for everyone to see, and child protective services didn't come in and said, you're done. What the fuck?
It's covered by nothing but a thin fabric sheet and sits right in the middle of where everybody lives. They call the vehicle their vancation home, meaning when the kids get tired of living in the first van, they're blessed with a trip in an even smaller one. Family of Nomads doesn't have this problem. In fact, they first went
You know what? If they always use both vans, and the children can... No, but they can't. This is disgusting. I'm trying to find anything positive to say about it, but no. This is disgusting.
viral for how much space they had, leading to comments such as, I don't understand why y'all don't just buy an apartment. It's way cheaper than this. People came to their defense.
Hear me out. Some people like vans more than apartments. That's just a simple truth. It is what it is. You can basically take the van and drive wherever you need at this moment. But they are still disgusting human beings.
Stating, there is literally no reason to be mad at this, except for maybe how their kids were living. They'd show their room in this TikTok, with the most notable part being that their eldest Addison was a 15-year-old teenager. You should ask
This poor girl. She won't have private, like, at least give her something to, as freaking box in between the other sides, just so she has at least a bit of private sphere. The boys will grow up at this stage no matter what anyway, so I mean, just give them any kind of privacy. Are they... The only thing I can imagine is if you're really in a bad situation and you have to live like this, because I myself in my freaking life had to live like this for a year. with my family. No, not like this, not in a van. We basically had one room. And what we had was half a year in this one room, half a year with a slight update, and after that we got a house. I mean, we didn't buy it, we rented it, but it was a time limited thing. It wasn't a lifestyle. It was just something, we immigrated here, we didn't know shit, and we actually built ourselves up over time. This I understand, but living like this for years on end, disgusting. Damn, this is... And they don't even have to, because vans are freaking expensive. You could afford this. Damn.
Ask your daughter how she feels that she has no privacy. At an age like hers, I'm sure she wants her privacy. Addison hates you. Just because this RV is nice and there's room for their clothes, it's no way to live. I'm sure the teenager would love to have privacy. Get her a curtain or something. Well, the family...
I'm gonna be honest here. If it was just the two grown-ups, or maybe two grown-ups and a kid, so they have separate rooms, I wouldn't mind it that much. But this is disgusting. Pwah.
Did exactly this.
We did install these curtains over each of their bunks so they have a little bit of privacy.
But it was still just one of many other problems. The kids were in a homeschool program, yet it seemed most of their education was just walking through national parks where the parents thought they'd learn about life.
Our lives are one gigantic field.
You know what? I wouldn't ever send my kids to public school. If I had some, wouldn't ever do it. To private school. I would never put them in a private school, just in a only in a public school. Why? Because so they can learn to communicate and socialize with other kids. If you cannot socialize with other kids, or other human beings at this point, and just accept that sometimes life is just shitty, sometimes you can do something against it, sometimes you can't, but definitively learn actual communication. If you don't do that, well, you can get the best skills in the world. But if you cannot communicate with people, you will always feel like shit, no matter what happens.
And
The education program, homeschooling...
What happened here? Okay, where were we? Give me a second. And let's start
gigantic
again.
field trip. And so a lot of what the kids do is by learning from experience. So for example, today we went to a national park and they completed the junior ranger program, and it's incredibly educational. They're learning history from visiting different places around the country, and days that we are not going out exploring, they do a traditional homeschool curriculum, and then the days that we're exploring, we still count those as school as well.
So they just learn US history? Lol, when they go to college, they'll be in for a shock. Oof, that's scary.
I agree with the guy. This isn't a way. No, you at least have to... I'm not saying that you should go in and just only learn other countries, but at least know that they are there. Damn.
There's a reason schools aren't one giant field trip, and this is a very good point. Schools are for more than simply learning subjects. They help build social circles and prepare kids for a disciplined way of life, both of which are neglected when strolling around the country. But the kids did have other challenges, like cleaning out the rat cage that stunk out the van.
We live in a camper and our 3 kids have 3 pet rats, and I would be absolutely lying to you if I said that it does not smell bad. Usually it's the kids' job to clean the rat cage, but about once every month or two, my husband and I will clean it, and it just gets really gross.
As well as collecting firewood, as seen in Addison's day in the life. Yet people were still convinced she's gonna run away at 16, yet the mother went on to state, "I honestly don't know a single unhappy RV kid." She'd even post the following TikTok to try and convince the audience.
A lot of people ask us if the kids actually enjoy traveling full-time and living in the camper, and I will have to say that while we were at the RV show in Tampa this week, Grace and Addison both went around and looked at campers years because their plan is when they move out, they want to live in a camper together and travel the country.
Until another video told a different story.
Addison has struggled with their mental health for many years. Addison is currently back in treatment and won't be in our content during this time. To protect Addison during this time, we would like to ask for privacy on this matter.
Perhaps the daughter was unhappy for a totally different reason, yet there was still more evidence that she despised the van.
For Addison's 15th birthday, the only thing they wanted was to go to a hotel.
The video has since been deleted, although after arriving at their hotel, twice Addison mentions liking doors in the video, a hint at them having less privacy in the camper. With conflicting messages about Addison's happiness, people commented, "I can't wait for this gen of van kids to grow up and share their thoughts with the world," although this had happened much sooner than expected. On the r/offmychest subreddit, an anonymous account made the following post. "I'm a teen in a full-time RV living vlogging family, and I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate being homeschooled.
And yeah, who the fuck would have thought about it? Of course they hate it. If you would live like that, yeah, of course.
I hate not being able to maintain a social life. I hate having so little privacy. I hate having to pretend to be happy with this. We travel full time. I know, it sounds like a dream. I thought so too, but it's an effing nightmare. I just want a private, normal life, but no. They had to ruin it with their crunchy way of parenting. It's all fake, by the way. Not what I meant when I said I wanted to take up acting. I'm frustrated all the time. I'm tired all the time. I'm bored all the time. Please stop supporting these channels. Stop buying into it. It's ruined my life and I can't say anything about it." In comments, the poster clarified, "I'm between 15 and 17 years old, and they were the oldest of 3 siblings," hinting it was Addison from Family of Nomads. Exactly.
Blah, I'm gonna be honest, this is still, it's getting disgusting every second. Every second longer it's just getting more disgusting and disgusting. It's just... I honestly... I know what to say. And yes, this would be one of the things where you're like, nah. And where are the freaking child protective services at this point? I'm just baffled by the entire thing. And yes, if they... can't even defend themselves in another way except for social media? Yeah, probably not.
Who the poster was has never been confirmed, yet only a couple of months later, the family announced they were instead buying a house. Family of Nomads recently quit van life. Their kids seemed the happiest they'd ever been, while the parents were in tears as the RV was stored away. The eldest daughter has since vanished from the videos, with an unrelated comment summarizing what van life's like for kids. "RV kid here. Let me tell you, RV is hell for children. I've been living in a camper with my 3 brothers and parents, and these past 2 years have been an absolute detriment to my mental health. Yes, it's an amazing opportunity I've been given to have seen all the places that I have, but I cannot recall a single positive experience anywhere I've been."
Imagine that. That's sad. Being around this much and still not even being able to recall anything positive about it. Oh, this hurts. It really hurts to hear, to be honest. But okay, good. It is what it is, I guess.
I receive little to no education, and I'm scared I won't be able to pass my GED. I'll probably be repeating high school once I turn 18. The Happy Caravan, however, clearly ignored this warning. They began by documenting their life as a family of 12, and were mostly liked by the audience, until revealing they lived in a tiny apartment. Is that legal? Having so many in a 2-bedroom? Why would you make the choice to have a family of 12, but not be able to provide them sufficient insufficient room/space, although their holiday setup was somehow even worse. They'd fit the entire family into one single Airstream, gaining 12 million views by showing how they slept. The three daughters were on a table converted to a bed, while another two slept below their brother, who was sleeping in a bunk. A different brother slept on the couch, the baby in its cot, and of course the two parents had their own massive bed. So what about...
Of course. At this point, of course. Freak.
The last two kids? Well, they got to sleep directly on the hardwood, described as not perfect but more comfy than a tent. You have two kids sleeping on the floor just for vacation and we mix it up. In our YouTube video, Dad is on the floor, which by doing some digging was seemingly true. Hilariously, after being criticized, the parents magically found Enoch a blow-up mat in the closet, but for the most part the family isn't all that bad, especially compared to wild family life. They've been called the most hated van life family on TikTok, mainly for their bizarre family dynamic. The page is run by mother Nadine, who lives in a van with her three kids, along with both her ex-husband and her new boyfriend, who she refers to as a homeless junkie she met on the streets. According to her TikToks, they're not polygamous but live together in harmony, being able to do so because they have the biggest front yard. The criticism, however, always extends to the kids. They call their education program homeschooling, world schooling, travel schooling, adding they help whenever necessary, but they don't follow any official program.
Technically, I don't follow any curriculum, but we have this app my kids learning with. They set their times each day. They do that by themselves. There's nothing I have to do.
Help Them If Needed explains everything.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, this is not clearly child abuse. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so baffled by the entire thing that I just...
Doomed to fail. They'd respond to the hate with the world's most hippie message.
The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Adding their kids are extremely satisfied with the life that they're living.
People think, oh, poor children, poor children. But trust me, my children, they wake up with a smile in their face.
You're irrelevant in this case. Of course the poor children. You chose this. They didn't. They were just added to the entire insanity you produce here. What the F are you talking about? Yes, the poor children. I really hope she gets castrated or something like that. Damn.
They go to bed with a smile in their face.
Yet it's perfect to finish with this comment here. When I was a child, I would have been very happy to eat nothing but candy and potato chips all day.
Okay, you know what? You would be happy, but you would also be dead. Because parents aren't there to actually freaking give you what you want. They are there to prevent you from stupid stuff. Like eating candy and potato chips all day. You're gonna die pretty quick.
But my mother did not let me because she knew better. It's a parent's job to do what's best for their children, not just what makes them happy.
Yes. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you. And for F's sake. Really. Okay, I think we agree on one thing, that this is just disgusting behavior, but as it is, Acolyte. Acolytes, good night.